Okay, we're recording. Hello, everybody, and happy Tuesday. I know we were just talking before the recording how gorgeous and hot and sticky it is today, but hopefully you guys got some sun. I'm going to keep this training nice and short and sweet because I just want you guys to get the nuts and bolts. So I see some of your faces. Some of you are brand new district managers. Some of you are uplines of district managers. Maybe you've been a district for a while and you're just ready to turn it up. And whatever reason you're on this call, I'm so excited you're here because we are just going to talk about what it means to be a district manager and what our next steps are, because I don't want you ever saying, oh, I didn't know that about how to bonus, or I didn't know how close I was to area. We want to kind of straighten all that out for you right now and just get you guys thinking huge for July. I can't tell you, I'm so excited about the incentives that are out right now. I bet all of you are like, darn it, I wish I went district and it was easier to do it. Just kidding. But this month with the, the reduced qualification, you guys can become district manager machines yourselves. So first off, if you're a brand new district, I want to be on here and welcome you to management. And we'll talk about that a little bit on this call because sometimes, oh yeah, literally just promoted. Sometimes when you hear the word manager in your title, you start to think manageritis. And instead of doing what you did to become a district, you start saying, okay, now I get to manage my team. Here I am as a district. And I am here to tell you guys that is the last thing that we ever want you to do. Even as a national, oh, I should introduce myself. If you don't know me, I'm Becca McKernan. I'm not Amy Hazelton, what the name looks like, so that's confusing. But we use her call to keep the number consistent. But I am actually a national vice president under Amy in her success line. So if you're direct to Amy's nation, you might not be direct to me, but that's okay. We kind of share these calls. So that's who I am. I'm in New Hampshire, and my background, I've been a nurse for 7 years. I still am a nurse. I actually was telling some of you guys, I'm leaving this call and doing a new consultant call and then heading into work tonight. So I still work. I love it. I'm part-time at Concord Hospital. I think living the dream. I get to do a little bit of labor and delivery, some Arbonne, and have some time off to travel. And I'm going to England for 2 weeks on Thursday. So fitting it all in. So we have a mixed crowd here today. We have people who are a district manager with 0 consultants on their team. We have district managers who have 5 consultants on their team. It really doesn't matter where you are because you guys can all achieve greatness and achieve the same thing. So if you're sitting here and you're like, I'm a brand new district and I did it all by myself and don't worry. We have people all over the board. So you could have a team or not, and you can still enjoy this title. If you're on this call because you used to be an area manager and you've dropped down to a district, we still welcome you. As you might know or have heard in Arbonne, you can still, you can promote and you can also lose a level. And that's another thing. I did that. I'm not suggesting it. It's not fun. But when I was an area manager, I actually dropped down to a district. Some people don't know that story. Let me just tell you your setbacks to find your comebacks. So if you're on here at that level, we welcome you, and just know you're going to bounce right back to an area because guess what? You've done it before. Either way, we're really excited you guys are here, and we're just going to start talking. I keep saying we're because usually I co-host this. It's just me. No one's like next to me here. Just, I'm in that ball. So what I kind of want to start with, and I always do this little spoiler alert. Yeah, Kaylee, see? A little spoiler alert to talk about now that you've been in Arbonne maybe 1 month, maybe a bunch of months, and you probably know some of this. But we start this whole little training by talking about spoiler alerts because what I want to tell you is that things happen in your Arbonne business. And I guess I already gave mine away that I demoted, I lost a level in Arbonne. Things are going to happen. Newsflash, people are going to quit your business. I started 5 years ago in Arbonne, and some of those little people who joined me back then, they joined an hour later, 2 hours later, 5 months later, a year later, joined the Witness Protection Program. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? You find them on the milk cartons after a few days because they have completely left the universe. Just know that that's going to happen, and if it already has happened to you and you're like, I must be a terrible sponsor, I don't know how to keep someone on my team. No, that is the name of the game. I always think of Arbonne as like a stack of cards. You might flip over 4 1s, then 4 2s before you get to your ace. You might look at the person to your left and to your right, and someone flipped over an ace and someone flipped over a king first, and you're like, what the heck? They're promoting faster than me. Everyone has a deck of cards and they're in this business. So take your time and enjoy your journey because people are going to come into your business. They're going to walk out of your business, and that is okay. There's a reason people stay and the reason people leave. And we want those people who are going to be lifers, and we don't care what happens to anyone else. I mean, we care what happens to anyone else, but we don't want to look at everyone else's business. We want to focus on ourselves. It's what serves us. So Another thing too, guys, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but well, I mean, I love it. I have like a little slide and it says half of your events will cancel. And what I like to say is that half of the events you will join or you'll be part of what we call the dip club. And I love talking about the dip club. Does anyone know what the dip club is? Basically, it is when you are going to be hosting an event, you're all excited, no one shows up, and at 9 p.m. you're in your kitchen eating your guacamole dip by yourself. So I want you guys to know that these things are normal. And I know I'm starting out this presentation being like, woo, and talking about all the things that could go wrong. But let's face it, if we only said that this business was sunshine and rainbows, then then we would be setting you up for, you know, not the right expectation, because Arbonne is for people with grit. Do you guys have a grit? And let me just tell you, what keeps me going and what keeps me having grit is having a vision. And I know if you know me and I train on vision all the time, it's true. You have to be thinking of where you're going to end up, not what you're doing right now. Those little roadblocks, the dip clubs that I've been a part of, when people have like left my team in troves and I'm like, what is happening? That stuff just seems like the tiniest little bump in my journey. Whereas before, when I was new, it felt like the whole world was ending because my best friend joined. I thought she was going to be amazing, and she stopped working the business and didn't want to be a part of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, you were going to be my national vice president. Guess what? Things happen. But you know what? If you can stay the course and you can see that my life is going to look like this when I become a national vice president, you will succeed in Arbonne. So enough about that. But I want you guys to know also, when you're bringing new people in, we have the responsibility to paint a vision for them. You are obviously already mega successful. You're a district manager. You're working your way. But I like to keep this healthy balance of showing them what can happen with a vision, but also being realistic about what this business is going to look like. Because if you paint this picture of this, you know, highlight reel that everything good happens, only everyone comes to my party, 7 or 8 people every single time, then when they hit those roadblocks, they're going to be like, really? So there must be something wrong with me. And I'm not saying you start a DA saying, these are all the things that could go wrong, but being empathetic. And, you know, people always say, you know, didn't it stink to lose your level? Like, wasn't that embarrassing? I mean, at the time, maybe, but now it's part of my message. I always say my mess becomes my message. So if things happen in your business and they're rocky, most likely it's going to be something that's going to help somebody else. You can be like, oh, don't worry. The first 6 people who joined my business didn't stick. You're just like me, you know? So again, these things happen, but being a leader and being able to show people what is possible, but what it's going to look like to get there. Everyone's business goes up, but it goes down. They have dips, and that's just going to happen. But you guys, let me just tell you, if you can stay the course, it is so stinking worth it. So what I want to talk to you guys about, if you're a new district manager, some of the cool things that you can enjoy. First off, if you are a brand new district manager, like you just promoted, if you do these next 2 months, so let's say you're a brand new district manager, July 1st, you're like, woohoo, first month as a DM. If in the first 2 months, so that July and August, if you do your 2,500, so you're just doing your district numbers, then you get this amazing, well, first of all, you get an RE9 set, and you also get this amazing like water bottle. I mean, I don't know, let me see if I can make it bigger. It's a pretty cool water bottle. And if you have it, you're among the few that do, because it's only, they don't offer this out for anything else. This is for district managers that in their first 2 months of becoming a district manager, do their numbers. In both months, they get an RE9 set and they get that really cool Arbonne water bottle. On top of that, if you guys do your district bonus, and I'll tell you what that is next. If you do your district bonus, you get $200 extra in your paycheck. If you do district bonus in any of the first 6 months of being a district manager, they're going to give you an extra $100. So you promoted July 1st, you have from July to January, I don't know, 6 months. If you do a district every single month, bonus every single month, you're going to get $300 times 6 months. If you do it once, you're going to get $300 then. Or if you promote a district manager within your own team, within your central district, then you're also going to get that $300. So think about that. Extra money right there for you. If you're like, ooh, I want to go to Vegas, I'm new, I want to go to GTC, start putting away those bonuses. Let me tell you, they add up really nicely. So what does a district bonus mean? It means that Arbonne puts these out to incentivize you to get to the next level. So they say, yay, you're a district manager. We're going to give you this increase in your override, When you're halfway to area manager, we're going to give you a $200 bonus because we want you to get to area manager. So that means 5,000 5,000 QV in your central district. And we use the word central Because if you're a rock star and you're a district manager that has already promoted a district manager, they're now not in your central. So we're talking people who are not yet district managers on your team. If that's a $5,000 QV, 5,000 QV, not dollar, in 1 month, plus having that whole team do 5 new consultants or preferred clients who spend $150, then you get the $200 bonus. I hope that makes sense. I'm not repeating that. I already messed up too many times. Okay, so now we're bonusing. We're doing the 5,000. We see that area manager is on the horizon, you guys. I don't know about you, but becoming an area manager was amazing for me, and I hope that's something that you want to do. And let me just tell you, I was motivated to become an area manager to go to that dang white party at GTC. After GTC ends Saturday night, they open it up to all the new area managers and the new VPs and the existing VPs who promoted the new areas to go to this amazing swanky party. We dress up in white. It's really fun. And that to me was my biggest reason. I also liked the paycheck. But what is it to you? What does area manager mean to you? Are you making a paycheck that matches area manager and your JOB and you'd like to quit? Put that on your dream board. Put that on your fridge. Mine had a picture of the white party. I also started to put 10,000, 10,000, and 10,000 on my bathroom mirror, and I checked them off as I went. That's, yeah, Rachel. I'm reading comments. That's why I look like I'm talking halfway and then stopping. Whatever it is, start mapping that out. Start looking at your team. Now, biggest things that you can do for your business to stay successful is personal development right now. You are now maybe a brand new district that bounced up there quick, or someone who's sitting in a spot they wish they were, bumped up the area. Are you reading? Are you listening to books on tape? Are you plugging into our team trainings? Did you listen to Jerry's training last night? Holy cow, that blew the pants off of all of us. Management does not mean you sit back and you train other people to get to your level. It means that you keep with the grind and you look with horse blinders as if you have not yet promoted to district, and you just keep going. If you have become a district, then you can become a nation, because all it is doing that again and again and again. The people who, let me tell you from experience, who lose their level, who do not continue to promote, it's because they start to try to manage other people. They sit back and they said, I made it this far, I'm going to tell other people how to. That doesn't work. The lifeblood of our business is sponsoring and bringing new people in. And the other amazing thing that happens when you do that is you get excited over and over again. If you're sitting here and you're like, oh, this feels stale, I've been doing this, then you probably haven't sponsored somebody who's been very excited to join Arbonne, because as soon as you sponsor someone new, your excitement comes right back. Okay. What else do you want to try to achieve every single month is 2,500 new and you. And what does that mean? That means that every single month you're doing that building brick, that 2,500, but it also means that included in that 2,500 is someone new you've brought in. So if you think about every single month, if you sponsor somebody new and you get them to district qual, which is 1,000, then maybe you're doing 1,500, they're doing 1,000, that's your 2,500 new and you. I'm going to challenge you more and say you should do your PQV at 2,500 with all your new consultants, your new preferred clients and clients. Bring in someone new and then get them to DM qual, and you're hitting that 35, 45. You get the point. What we want you guys to achieve every single month is that building brick, that 2,500. I'm going to get back to that. Next step, building a team, okay? Now, this is something that I'm very excited about for this month, because all of you guys should see area manager on the horizon. I'm calling it you plus two. You plus two. You doing 3,000 QB this month and teaching 2 people to become district managers with the reduced qualifications. That's 3,500. That's 3,500. You're doing 3,000. You are now an area qualification. Okay. So, and maybe you're doing 2,500 or 2,000, and you're bringing a new person in doing their DM qual, getting them to 1,000, and then you're getting 2 existing consultants or a consultant who's been almost hitting district numbers, getting them to district manager, and you are seeing area qual, you guys. This is so much more exciting, because not only can you show people, oh, before, in other months, this is a great month, because in other months you're like, okay, get to DM qual, do your brick. Now you're like, do a little bit more than brick, and you're a district manager. Get people excited to be where you're at. And also look up to your uplines, your areas, your regions, your nations. Now you guys, we want you to become district manager making machines, but you are a district manager. So you haven't yet, unless you're an executive district, you haven't yet help someone become a district. And that's when your area managers and your regions come into play. Use us to do 3-way calls, to do 3-way coffee dates, 3-way Zooms, Don't necessarily rely on yourself. I always say there should be a third-party validator until your white Mercedes-Benz becomes a third-party validator, and you drive up in your Mercedes. That shows a little bit of success, and then you talk to someone. But still to this day, I have my regions. They still sometimes want me to get on calls with them when talking to someone new. It's always good to have a third-party validator there to show excitement and success, and because right now you're painting that success for people. And then you can also have people who have had that success join that conversation, and it can be powerful. So what is it going to look like? You guys need to have your ears and your eyes up and open to listening to people who have needs for Arbonne, right? So you're out at the store. Listen, if you're saying I've messaged every single person on my Facebook Messenger, which I find hard to believe, but okay. If you've reached out to every single person in your contact list on your phone and you're like, I don't know how to, I've talked to everybody I know, then go meet new people. I go to Francesca's and I walk in, it's a little boutique, and instantly someone says, what can I help you with today? Guys, what can I help you with today? What's your next Arbonne thing? Oh, I'm shopping for a white dress. I have this exciting gala or party I'm going to with my company. It needs to be white. You know, have the conversation, engage people. You know, oh, you're getting your nails done. Someone says, oh, you're having your day off? Well, no, well, maybe you are having your day off, but yes, but I'm going to this event. Intertwine Arbonne into your conversation. I have found that to be so helpful. Or if you're out with friends doing a little Arbonne night, then maybe at the end of that, sit at the bar and meet some people. Like I've sponsored people from just sitting next to them at the bar with a couple of my business partners, and we start talking about what Arbonne is. You don't have to only talk to people that you know. In fact, most of my team are people I've met after I started Arbonne, because I just casually, with fun and being genuine, brought Arbonne into the conversation, and then you go from there. Another big tip: this is not the world of business cards anymore. I am happy for you if you have 75 business cards in your wallet and you hand one out a day. Good for you. How is that working though? Is that working out for you? This is the day and age of social media. The thing about exchanging emails is that all you're getting is an email. So all of a sudden I'm going to email someone and say, oh, I'm so excited for you to be thinking about Arbonne. Maybe you get an email back. That's great. But when you exchange social media, whether it's, are you on Facebook, are you on Instagram, instantly now they're getting a picture of your life. I love painting the Arbonne lifestyle in my social media. So when you're doing that, yes, you're going to get connected to them because there's message threads in both of those platforms, but now they're also seeing Arbonne in your life. So be a little more creative than just handing out an email or a business card. Think about how you can paint the picture for your life, okay? Another great thing to do is, as you're growing your team, is gifting and incentive. What am I trying to say? Being really appreciative of your team and giving them little gifts along the way. I think they call it promotion appreciation. So what are you doing for your team right now? I think back to when Amy sponsored me, and I was lucky. I was Amy's first consultant that was running with her. And I remember being in DM Qual, and I got a card in the mail and maybe a little keychain or something like that. And those little things go a long way. So think about, you might not be an RVP standing up there at the meeting yet, but what you can, I love being a gifting queen. I know, Melinda, right? Little things, like I went to someone's house the other day and they still had a card that I had written them months ago. And I didn't think much of it when I wrote it, but people think about that. Think about you. Doesn't it feel good to get something in the mail? So it's never too early to start doing your own things, being your own leader. It's so much different than corporate America when you get these little gifts and this recognition, a little flower here, taking someone out to dinner. So don't think that you have to wait to become a VP to start doing that. Be your own leader right now. Moving on to becoming an area manager. What does that mean? 10,000 every single month. 10K is, 2,500 is district, 10,000 is area. To become an area manager, you do it over 3 months, 10, 10, 10, or it's over, it's 12 over 12 and 12, right? 22 over 2, 24 over 2. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit, 12 and 12. I should know that math. So anyway, what does that mean for your paycheck? You're now looking at a $1,000 to $4,000 paycheck range. Holy crap, that was amazing for me. I remember my very first area manager paycheck. My husband had just graduated pharmacy school. I took him and we went to England for a week on an area manager paycheck. Traveling was one of my biggest whys. And with one area manager paycheck, we were off to the UK for a week. So what can promoting do for you? What is your why? Your business becomes willable. You put it in your will that you want your business to continue to be a legacy for your family. I've never heard of another company that does that. That's huge. I call that a peace of mind benefit. That's only if you die, that goes to the next person. So we don't want to use that, but it's cool that it's there. when you're an area manager, you can say that the next place that you're going to be is earning your Mercedes. So we love getting to area manager level. The pay is great. We have Areas in Paradise, a retreat that we do in Scottsdale, Arizona, that is open to area managers. The opportunities are endless. So I won't go much more into that. There's also, when you're becoming, when you're in an area, there's also opportunities to go on an RVP to be retreat out in California. Asia on my team and Lauren Collin on my team both did that out in California. Life-changing, amazing. So guys, ending this call, I want you to have a huge vision of what your business can do. I think I told this on the last time I did this call. When I became a district manager, I got a little certificate in the mail congratulating me, signed by the CEO. Congratulations on being a district manager. My office was a second bedroom in my apartment, but I made a little wall of it in my office. And I went out to Michael's, or craft store, that afternoon, and I went to buy a frame because I'm like, well, I have to put this on my wall. It's pretty cool. And when I bought that one frame, I bought 4 frames, because I said, if I'm going to be a district, then an area, then a region, then a nation, I want all my frames to match. Okay. Now, spoiler alert, when you become a nation, they actually send you this really beautiful card, and it has everyone's signatures in the frame. The card's too big for the frame, yada, yada. Point being, is your vision huge? You're a district, it means you can become a nation. I want you guys to be dreaming so, so big, and realizing that this business, it's not easy in the sense that you have to be disciplined, right? You have to do the do, but the actual work that you're gonna sit down and do is easy. So can you carve out 15 minutes, 30 minutes a day to make this business a reality for you? Because we do not want you playing Arbonne. We do not want this to become a hobby. We want you to be a serious business CEO. And what that means too is that you are a CEO of your business. I remember my dad, first thing he said when I became an Arbonne consultant, hey CEO, he called me up, and I was like, I'm not a CEO, I'm a brand new independent consultant. He said, no, you just became the CEO of your own business. Do you realize that? Do you guys realize that? You are a CEO of your business. That is incredible. You can literally do whatever you want. You can grow this business. You can hold team meetings, even if it's a team of 2. It doesn't matter. Take a picture with you guys in a cute little setup. No one has to know what a district manager means. They might think that's the biggest level. Own your business, own your level, but have grit. And realize that if you're on this call, first of all, congratulations that you hopped on a call and it's Tuesday afternoon. But this also means that we want you to be consistent on these calls, and on maybe not this call, maybe you'll be a new area manager next month, but going to the meetings. And honestly, you guys, not everyone at the meeting has a Mercedes, but everyone who has a Mercedes goes to the meetings. And what I have always and consistently done with Arbonne in my years is I have gone to a meeting whether I had a great month or whether I had a terrible month. I went to the meeting the month after I lost my area. And a lot of people wouldn't go because the sure as heck I wasn't getting recognized. I wasn't walking onto the front to get a rose, but I went because I knew that when my battery drains, you need to plug yourself back in. I know Jerry talked about that last night, but it's so true. What are you guys willing to do to stay consistent in this business? All right, I gotta close because at 6 o'clock I'm doing my next call, but I want all of you guys to really make a dream board too. I pulled mine down from my office. It's a real thing. We make dream boards in Arbonne. I made a dream board before I started Arbonne, and then I made a new one, and then a new one, and a new one, because I keep crossing things off my dream board. Dream big, because you guys, when you put what you're thinking in your mind to paper, to pictures, to color, to tell your families, that's when they become true. That's when they really go from being a dream to a vision. So I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for being on this call. I hope you have a lovely, lovely night. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Wish I know. It's so fun. Okay, any new consultants that you have on your teams, have them hop on the same link. I'm gonna get that one started, but I love you guys, congratulations, and I can't wait to see you guys become new DM machines, DM making machines, become all of you. You need to become double Ds, right? Executive district manager, that's a double district. I know I just threw that really inappropriate thing out there at the last minute, and we're still recording, but anyway, you guys, I love you all, and I hope you have an awesome Tuesday, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.